receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess on my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They can't take it to 10.
Hey.
Not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Set! Blue 60! He's crashing! 21! Shit!
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
And that's definitely the way you get things started. That's the way it was drawn up in the locker room, in pregame, and everything. And they got it done right away, running the ball for a big game.
Stafford gives to Johnson on the draw. And able to work his way down to the 16. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Ladies! Back to you. I'm going back to you.
C.J. Anderson with it. Of course, a big part of the Rams' run to the Super Bowl last year. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after him. Put the pressure on him.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 25-yard line.
Working from the gun, Keenum. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Check the backer.
3rd and long, it's Keenum. Steps away to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you...
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Mike 46.
After the sack on 1st down, Stafford looking downfield for Jones. This is caught, and he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 62 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. On the carry, it's Baldwin. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And Stafford's going to take it himself. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down. Third down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Here's Bowman. No gain on the play, and what to do now on fourth and goal. We got a good battle developing down around the goal line in the trenches.
We certainly do. They went fullback dive. He's going to ask for it again because he doesn't get many opportunities to carry the ball, so you know he's going to be determined. That might be the right call to come back with it one more time.
So scores on their first two possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 27, Keenum. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after one. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Keenum now to throw. Rolling to his right. He's got him in. Complete. There he goes right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant with his first career NFL touchdown, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And it's up and good. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. And the Broncos get there and take him down. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Here's Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Credit the sack to Von Miller. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
On first down, Keenum. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Another try after the first down sack. Stafford, he was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Looking downfield for Jones. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
2nd and 5 now. Stafford, and that's complete to Jesse James. 15 yards on the play, first down. And that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
2nd and 6 at the 48-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
First down, Lions.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. The shotgun snap for Stafford. Buying time to his left. From left side, taken in by Galladay. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
40 got. 40 got.
They're going draw play. Stafford to Johnson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They come out here in the eye. The Lions on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll run with Baldwin. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time,
And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Keenum. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
On first down, it's Keenum. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Again, Keenum. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things up.
And you always say it can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
31's the mic.
The final shot before the break. Stanford. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Forced out to his left. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. 16 yards, a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Play action. Now it's Keenum. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And an alley to run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 13, it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Blount. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
Hey, 52. We're good.
At the 31-yard line.
59.
Throwing on 2nd down. Keenum. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Mike Daniels able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, no, it takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd and long, it's Keenum. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Stafford. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Looking to throw on second down. Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Von Miller in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
46 to Mike, 46. Record. Mike, 46. Mike, 46. Check tight. What happened?
Out of the gun, Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Now on 2nd and 16. Keenum. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Here goes hot. Hot. I got you, pop. 22. Hey, exit.
Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. And that will be incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 27-yard line.
Another run by Lindsey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's 3rd and 9.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. From the gun, here's Keenum. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Danny Amendola, that was the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he finds Danny Amendola. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Stafford now to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. There wasn't the line that jumped that time, the second level.
No, that's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. Second level, probably because they moved up to the first level, and that hurts them.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now Blunt. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Jared Davis. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Switch. 53. Man down. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. They'll fake the handoff. Now Keenum. Looking downfield for Dez. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Dez Bryant, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. After is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Denver, it's a good 5th win for them as they play out the string. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the slide continues as they drop now to 3-12. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.